Krista?
Well, for the folks at home, Mike, just to explain, the reason he stayed out, they were obviously trying to get those all-important 5 bonus points. He was trying to lead a lap. The 99 was able to do it. They had the better fuel mileage, though. No problems for the 99 to stay out that long. The 2 running out of gas on the backstretch.
So Busch has not led a lap today, nor had Scott Riggs. I thought in the cycling through of pit stops he led a lap, but actually it was Carl Edwards who led that lap. So we've had 19 lead changes among 10 different leaders.
And right now, the 2 car is racing harder than anybody on the racetrack. Not only trying to keep up with the leader, but be the first car a lap down, because that's very, very critical to that team if they're going to get that lap back.
Matt.
Mike, a different day for Jeff Gordon. It seems like a different race car. What was a rocket ship Sunday night now is a race car that is getting looser and looser with each lap he completes. He said after the adjustments, the car is now looser than it was before.
He's in 3rd place.
Got a car in the wall. Well, it's I think it's a 31, isn't it?
I believe it is. Jeff Burton.
Looked like he was up against the fence down there in the turns 3 and 4.
The steering wheel is off, maybe it's off a little bit.
You could see, Darrell, he buffed the letters off the tires. Didn't appear to do any damage to the sheet metal, but as you heard Burton say, it has changed the alignment on that car.
He's been running in high, just like you see here. Now watch the dust start to fly. It's real dirty right up next to it. See all that dirt? And he got up there and got a little bit loose, kissed the wall. I don't think with this car it's going to do that much damage to it.
Let's ride along with Jeff Burton. When you don't see the yellow letters on the sides of those Goodyears, something bad has happened.
The body of this car sticks out, a little further. The splitter and the right front fender and all sticks out a little further. So the tires.
Make sure we get everything away on the body.
What's behind the right rear?
It's just a brace to hold the sheet metal
quarter panel. But I tell you, we've talked about it so much. This car just seems so durable. As long as you don't hit that right front of that right rear, you can get the body out pretty easily, because remember, it has that Dow foam all the way down almost between the rear tire and the front tire, all in the body side.
Got plenty of time now. Just get everything good.
Burton will get his repairs, and the free pass. Kurt Busch was trying to get up there and get it, but Jimmy Johnson had just lapped Elliott Sadler, so that moves Sadler back onto the lead lap with the free pass. There's his number 19.
That's what Kurt was fighting, trying to stay in contact with the leader, so that didn't happen, but he didn't quite make it.
But this caution should help him, because we know he's probably the fastest of the cars. It's a lap down, so this should group everyone up. We know everyone will beat a pit road, because right now they're almost treating this track like Darlington. You get a caution, you come get 4 tires.
Well, you can look at it, Larry. Look how white it is. When the track's white like that, that means there's no rubber in it. You see some building down in the bottom down there and a little up toward the top, but the track just has no rubber in it, no grip.
135 complete, 115 laps to go. Pit road is open. Krista.
Well, Carl Edwards is very happy with this car. He said he does not need any adjustments, and you're right, they're just going for those 4 tires. Dick.
This car was loose last night. It is loose today in the sunshine as well. They have made multiple adjustments trying to tighten it up. They are getting better. The car is getting closer to the way Kenseth wants it. To Matt.
Kyle Busch says his car is getting better. They're still going to try to tweak it one more time. Jeff Gordon says his car needs a big adjustment. Steve Letarte said, I was trying not to hurt your center, but we didn't fix the exit. Jeff said, I'll take care of that myself, Steve.
Matt, Jimmy Johnson says his car's a little edgy, a little on the free side. Small air pressure adjustment. They also made a Panhard bar adjustment.
It's our DirecTV race off pit road. Kyle Busch will get out first. We're under caution in Fontana.
With the one, Mobile One.
Green flag to restart at lap 138. 112 to go here in California. This weekend we move on to Las Vegas to the 1.5 miles with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series on Fox. Now Kyle Busch beat Jimmy Johnson off pit road. He's the lead car on the restart. He's in clean air. He's away and gone.
And Mike, we got a report from all of our pit reporters. Tire wear looks excellent on all the cars, a couple of exceptions. Folks at home, if you want to know tire wear in this racetrack right now, just take a brand new piece of 80 grit sandpaper, get you an eraser, and rub across that new piece of sandpaper. And that's what the tires have gone through in this first bit of the race. But as that paper wears, that eraser will last a little bit longer, and that's what we're getting into.
Now, we're pretty much sure everyone changed 4 tires. One car that did go with 2 tires, you see Brian Vickers right there. That group did go with just 2 right-side tires.
Puts him on the list of our Toyota top performers, led by Kyle Busch, whose Joe Gibbs Toyota is in front of the field.
I'll tell you one thing, these guys aren't shy on the restarts. They go everywhere. I just saw somebody in 3 and 4 down there, all the way down on below the white line. And remember, folks at home, there's no out of bounds here. The grass, I guess, would be the most would be the out of bounds marker here, but the white line doesn't mean anything. Unlike Daytona and Talladega, where we just came from Daytona.
Well, on a restart like this with fresh tires, Darrell, chances are you're not fighting the car, so get up there and get what you can get.
That's right. You feel like Superman right now. Your car will go, go, go.
Jimmy Johnson starting to fill up the rearview mirror of Kyle Busch for the lead.
But I tell you what, Kyle Busch just ran the fastest lap that he's run in this race right there at a 39.98 on lap 140 with 110 laps to go.
How about the car that's chasing him, Steve?
Mike, Jimmy Johnson, they had a little bit of a slow pit stop, but I heard Chad Canals on the radio say as Jimmy exited, better safe than sorry, guys. They had a loose nut, rather want to make sure the loose lug nuts were all tight.
Thanks, Steve. 2 of the Hendrick cars running up front. Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, who finished 1-2 in last year's championship. The other 2 Hendrick Chevrolets have had a tough 24 hours of Fontana. That's Casey Mears sliding through water, getting loose, going around, and collecting his new teammate, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Mears' car is done, especially after this assist from Sam Hornish. Everybody got out okay. But Dale Jr.'s team, during the red flag, got to make all the patch panels and repair pieces, and when they put the field back under caution, got them on there in reasonably good time. Nonetheless, Jr. is soldiering around this racetrack, 41 laps down, Steve.
Mike, this is a bit of a test session for the 88 car. Tony Eury Jr., the crew chief, said when they were here for preseason testing, they experimented a lot because he said, heck, we have the notes from the 48, the 24, and the rest of my teammates. Now, that's exactly what they're doing, just getting seat time in. The problem Junior has right now, Mike, is his headrest is coming down and resting on his shoulder, on his right shoulder. He says it's aggravating.
Well, that apron is aggravating him right now. He got those left side tires down below the white line. He had his hands full coming off turn.
Well, there's just this group of cars right here, Larry, that are just all over each other. They've been 4 wide, down on the apron. This little crowd right here looks to me like they're trying to see who can outbrave each other, especially when they head off in the corner.
And worse, Darrell, I mean, he's got to run another 107 laps, and his only chance of improving his position is if somebody else falls out of the race.
Yeah, I mean, he's the guy with the guy we was talking about with the bad attitude. Why have I got to get back out here in this thing after it's been wrecked? But you can see he's racing. He's not just riding.
Right. Now, let me correct. He needs to run another 66 laps, because after that, he cannot improve his position at all. And he's 41 laps down.
This just adds more aggravation to it because the car's running pretty good.
Yeah.
And now you say, well, if we hadn't wrecked.
Right.
So now you got to deal with that.
But you know, and I know, Darrell, drivers sometimes have different thinking structure than crew chiefs. But one thing that I always prided myself in was having that race car running at the end of the race when the checker flag came out. You never gave up on it.
Well, there's a lesson learned here too, Larry. That car was wrecked big time. They fixed it. He's back in the race. And that's what you want your team. You never want your team to say, we can't fix it, let's go home. He got it fixed, he's in the race, and he's passing cars.
Yes, sir.
Plus, that gives the driver a lot of confidence too, Larry. When the team says, we got it right, we got it fixed, now get back out there, you feel like you can go back out there and not jeopardize yourself at all.
Jamie McMurray and Robbie Gordon. I'm laughing because in my left ear, our director Artie Kempner is calling this a spirited battle between the Crown Royal and Jim Beam car.
I think they're kind of like Gopher Kim. It's a feisty battle.
Artie and Chris Myers will be at the Chuckle Hut in Hermosa Beach until we leave for Vegas. 2 shows a night, no cover, no minimum.
I have 2 words for you, Mike. Rick Allen.
Kyle Busch now leads by 1.1 seconds, trying to score Toyota's first victory at what is Toyota's home track. They are nearby. Their U.S. operations are located nearby.
And he's trying to do something that no one has ever done in NASCAR. I know it's early. It's very early. This is only week 2. But he won the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race on Saturday. He's leading those points. He's going to run a 300-mile nationwide series a little bit later on this afternoon. He could leave here leading those points. And again, right now, as the points are now, and we've still got 103 laps to go, he's actually leading the Sprint Cup Series points right now.
Well, somebody, said, boy, y'all guys have got a love affair with Kyle Busch. I said, look, you can either be in the show or you can be the show. And right now, he is the show.
And I know I've got a love affair with him. I'd love to work on his race car. I'm telling you, he is the man.
Michael Waltrip has crashed in turn 2, and that puts us under caution for the 9th time in this race and the 2nd time today. His bad luck is Kurt Busch's good luck. Busch will be back on the lead lap with the free pass. We'll look at Waltrip's wreck in a minute. First, pit stops and Krista.
Carl Edwards just got on the radio and told his crew, come on guys, put us out front, we can do this. 4 tires and an air pressure adjustment for Carl in the 99. Dick?
It's won the spring race here in California last year and the year before. But today the car has been loose all day. He wants to tighten it up on this stop, Matt.
First of a doubleheader for Kyle Busch. His car, great. He says doesn't want any changes. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon needs more of the track bar change they made in the last stop. Still loose, but better, Steve.
Matt chassis adjustment for Jimmy Johnson. He said his car was too loose, particularly on throttle, 4 tires. They added some air in the left rear tire.
Well, it looks like Roy McCauley, winner from the Daytona 500, Ryan Newman. He reached down in the barrel with only 13 laps on the tires and got 2 right side tires to win the battle off pit road.
I love the race off pit road, though. It sounds like an NHRA race. Man, they're all just $9 grand and tearing out of there.
Now let's have a look at what happened to Michael Waltrip to put us under caution.
Looks like
Watch
he just
the 55
gets,
way up there.
He likes to rim right, and you can see the dust just a flying. He just got up too high, locks it down. He makes contact with the rear of the car. Good job. See how he turned the wheels to the left? That kept the car from diving back into the wall.
But Darrell, they pretty much have been in trouble since the drop of the green flag. You see the look here, he just loses it up high. He said last night when we listened to him, the car's driving me. I'm not even driving the race car.
And they made an adjustment when we went back to green, and I didn't like that because you usually can't fix something like whatever they were trying to fix, not during the race.
We got one below here. Clear. Keep it gassed up there. Keep it gassed up. Caution's out.
Good job of keeping that car from going back into the wall with the front end because he had those wheels cut left.
Now, once he locked up that left front tire, that's what happens to it. There's not a lot of thickness of rubber on these tires, and a couple of them were done.
I can always, and Larry knows this, Dick Beatty, when you get in trouble, lock it down and crank it to the left. If a guy could only remember that, because then you'll go down the track, not back up the track.
He was the competition director for a number of years in the Sprint Cup Series garage.
You know who has the hardest time with that? The road racers. That's just a foreign concept to them. If you've got a NASCAR question, anytime, anything you want to know, we've got the answer for you. It's the coolest NASCAR website ever. It's at foxsports.com, and it's called Ask the Pros, built by the Home Depot.
Unfortunately, Travis Quapple here with Todd Parrott, they had been hanging out in the top 10 or 12 ever since he made that move with 2 right side tires last night before the red flag, but they've got some damage or something going on at the